Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, I've got the tie on, we've got the Top Hollow music going on in the background, and you all know what that means. We've got some more Pokemon Sleep news. Now, this was presented to us through the Pokemon Presents, and honestly, there's not too much to talk about here, but there's more to go over in the video that was released alongside all this, so we'll get right to that. But what is going on? Well, we've got the Amber Canyon announced, and Raikou, Entei, and Suicune research event. There's not too much information about this quite yet, but you know what? We'll figure it all out soon, eventually. So, they told us that in September 20... Now, this was all announced in the Pokemon Presents. Now, I live stream my reaction to the Pokemon Presents. You can find that somewhere else on my channel. I'll link it in the description if I remember to. If not, let me know, and I'll add the link in after the fact. But anyway, we got the announcement that they're giving us a rerun event to kind of give a second opportunity for Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. We discussed for a while that this is the first time they've done this sort of thing, and it's been discussed before that legendaries really are event locked in this game. They're not, but they may as well be. You can see them outside of their events, but the odds of catching a good one is so ridiculously slim that doing it outside of their event is effectively impossible. In practice, it's so slim that it may as well be impossible for all intents and purposes of min-maxing the game. You can't count on the idea of catching a good legend outside of its event. You can't even count on the idea of catching one inside of its event. It's still very RNG focused. But this is the first time they're giving us a legendary rerun event so that people who weren't around for the first one have the opportunity to actually come back and catch these Pokemon. Now, this means a great thing for both new and veteran players alike because, you know, there's pretty high likelihood that if you weren't around for the first one, or even if you were around for the first one, you probably didn't catch a good one. This gives another opportunity. I've got a really good Entei. I've got a really good Suicune. I do not have a good Raikou, so I'm particularly interested in catching a good Raikou, especially because it synergizes with my box well. So this gives another opportunity. Now, given that it is going to be one event for all three, it seems, based off the wording here, we may have to kind of pick which one we're targeting down, so I'll probably make a video about that in the future. If you want to know more about the strategy for these sort of events, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I do make strategy guides for every major event, and I will do that for this one as well, as I'm sure there's a hefty decision to be made. But then, other news, Amber Canyon announced a new area that they're posting. We're pretty certain, there's some speculation that it's probably going to be Bug, Dragon, Poison, as a lot of people have assumed the next area would be. But there are more details still yet to be announced, so there's not too much in terms of the actual news. But this was released in a video with a teaser trailer, and I'm just going to play it for you. It's 30 seconds long. I'll link it in the description too if you want to watch it again. But it's just an announcement video with Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. How gorgeous they are. You know, the legendary beasts. September 25. But then, immediately after that, it transitioned to this. Now, Flygon. Flygon's coming to the game. It's probably going to be Dragonberry. It could be Groundberry. We don't have great representation of either. But this is a very little breakdown. It's a canyon, but here's a great screenshot. And this screen in particular is very important to our discussion because we see Pinsir here, we see Paldean Wooper, which is a poison type, and we see Flygon, which is probably a dragon type. So we can use this to reasonably assume that it's probably Bug, Poison, Dragon, all three types represented here. It only kind of makes sense given that we don't really have representation, or we don't have representation of those favored berry types at various islands. So this gives even more validity to the idea that the final island, or not final, but the next island is going to be these three typings. So we can start prepping. It's not guaranteed that this is their typing, that's the Snorlax's favorite berries, but it's pretty, this sets it pretty much confirms, it gives more validity to the idea. November 25, though. But something else that I wanted to discuss beyond that is, oh, and Trappage. He's adorable, isn't he? But anyway, beyond that, I also wanted to discuss the implications here. Because if we look at a calendar, We've been told that, you know, we've got, a while. We've got September, basically. So, we're currently in the month, not of May. I don't know why that's showing May of 25. We're in July of 25. Whoops, I just realized whatever. Okay. We're in July of 25. September is when the Legendary Rerun event is happening. November is when the next island is coming out. So, we know Eevee Week is in here. I believe that's 11/21 if I'm right. So this is probably going to be Eevee Week. Because that's they run that event always. I mean, they've only done it twice, but either way. November 20, this week here is probably Eevee Week. It's probably going to be early November if I had to guess, but they could do late November as well. Actually, they couldn't, I just realized. Because weeks run Monday through Sunday. If they gave us, unless they ran straight from Eevee Week into the new island, then they would not be able to give us a down week in between, which they like to do. So I assume that's probably going to be early November. They'll probably give us, but if we do that, then that puts it at the 3rd to the 10th, or through the 16th. That runs straight into Eevee Week. So either they're skipping Eevee Week again, or just not considering Eevee Week as an event, and giving it to us immediately back-to-back. We could have back-to-back events in November. October, we have a whole month here. What are they doing during this month? There's Halloween is the last week that runs from there. And that's another thing. It runs from the 27th through the 2nd. Is that. So that would be... They'd have to give us an event, a new island, because new islands are 2-week-long events. The 3rd through the 16th, and then the 17th through the 23rd. That would give us back-to-back 4 weeks straight of events if they do it that way. If they run the new island release the same way and they give us Eevee Week. You know, I'm just going to double check that Eevee Week is actually Eevee Day. I just want to double check. Yes, it is the 21st. I'm not going crazy here. So, either they're cutting some sort of event, or we're getting 4 weeks of events back-to-back, or we're getting it end of November for the new island. There's timing there is interesting. But October, we have all this time in October that's currently unscheduled. Nothing is in it until the 27th for Halloween. So, what's going on during this time? Who knows? September, literally nothing that we are aware of yet. That's an entire extra month of just nothing planned. There was no legendary announced. August, nothing planned. There's 2 months of supposed downtime where we have no clue what's going on, because after this week, the anniversary events finishes. We know Expert Mode is to be released sometime probably next week, maybe the week after. They said late July, early August. So timing-wise, I think they're maybe counting on us using Expert Mode, or maybe there's some sort of event around Expert Mode. But realistically, we have zero clue what is going to happen with this. But I'm excited to see what comes of it. The timing is just very interesting, and it actually means that they're giving us a greater spacing on island releases. I thought there was going to be one sooner. A lot of people thought there was going to be one sooner because a lot of players have been sitting at the area bonus cap for quite some time. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. They're just going to let us sit at that area bonus cap for a while. I thought 9 months was nice spacing between Lapis and Old Gold Power Plant. It looks like they took that and said, now let's make it 13. Because October to November is now a 13-month. It's October to November of the next year. So they took the gap and expanded it they went from 9 months to 13. That's 4 more months between the difference. So we might start seeing a cycle of around late in the year of islands being released, as some have speculated. But only time will tell. I'm interested to see what they do, because we have a lot of downtime between now and the events that they announced during the live stream. But I'm going to guess more like Expert Mode's going to be a focus. It's going to be a lot of things that long-term players of the game have been looking forward to, because obviously they use this was the Presents news. They want to use the Presents news to rope people in. Rerunning famous legendaries that some people got to miss out on would be interesting to new players. a new area, they'd be like, what does that mean? Flygon. I like Flygon. I want to play the game. That's why they picked this news. So, yep. Again, Amber Canyon and the research rerun, the Legendary Beast rerun. But that's basically all there is to really discuss about this news. Only time will tell what's going on. We got 2 months where it's just we have no clue what's happening. And I think that's interesting. So it'll be exciting to see what the devs fill with that time. But as always, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon Sleep and the like. Huge thank you to all my channel members. It really means a lot to me that you guys want to show your support financially. If you too are financially capable of doing so and wanting to show your support in that way, feel free to click the join button down below. And as always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.